Hello everybody, today I have a review on this scale 118 2013 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 made by Shelby Collectibles. This is a pretty good value for the money. Under $50, some pretty good features to it and good quality. There's some things that could be better. But overall I say it's a pretty good purchase. If you want a Shelby GT500 for your collection. This one I got at Toys R Us for under $50. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it because I've had this car for like 2 years now. And yeah, so very nice model for the money. $50, you can't go wrong with it. You can get this in black with red stripes, red with black stripes, blue with black stripes, or white with blue stripes as far as I know. I'm not sure if they make any more, but that's all I can think of off the top of my head. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this review. So on the front of the car here, and please excuse my kind of poor camera skills. I'm using this different lens today to kind of see how it goes. So on the front here, the headlights look pretty good. Here's the directional right there, and the bulb right there, fog light right there, another fog light over here. There's a peg in the fog lights, unfortunately, but I feel like it looks a little bit realistic. At the same time it doesn't, but oh well. The grille, I feel like could be a little bit better. I mean, on the real car, this part wouldn't be here, and it just goes straight into the radiator on the real car. And you do have these over here, but in the middle it's supposed to go straight to the radiator. But I guess this is the best they could do on the model. And you have their Shelby logo right there in chrome. And one thing I want to point out about this front bumper is that it's extremely loose, or at least on mine it's pretty loose. Like, look at this. I mean, that's not necessarily good. Just don't play with it. Don't give it to a child. Just leave it in your collection on a shelf, and you'll be all good, like what I do. On the side here, the wheels look very nice in this kind of metallic gray color. It's SVT in the middle there, and let's see, I can get that focused. The brake discs does move with the wheel, and the brake caliper does not. And you have their Brembo brakes right there. Again, another chrome logo right there. GT500, I believe that is painted across the side there. These mirrors are made of rubber, I think. They feel like rubber. So that's kind of interesting, I think, compared to Maestos where they use like the die-cast metal. Although there's one Maesto I have that does have rubber for the mirror, and that is the Ferrari F50. And I still need to get a review on that to you guys. So moving on to the back here, the taillights look pretty good. Something interesting though, the middle in between here is supposed to be the reverse lights, but they put like a kind of like reflective material in there. Like, if you can see me move my finger around, and you can see my finger in there too, so that's kind of interesting, I think. I have the Ford license plate right there, the exhausts, which have some depth to them, very nice. Shelby written across right there. I believe that is, yeah, that's painted on there. The rear wing, very nicely done, looks very good. And you see here, we in the center, let's see if I can, no. says Shelby GT500 in the middle with the snake there, and then on the chrome it does say Ford. That's very nice. And then you do have an antenna right here. That's pretty cool. Not many models have antennas on them. I think that's pretty neat. So now we move to, I want to talk about the steering quick. This is interesting. It doesn't turn very well to the right. I'm sorry, to the left. Yeah, this is the car's left. So it doesn't turn well to the left, but it does turn to the right really well. But it's something to do with underneath the way, I don't know if you can see when I move the steering, there's a part that kind of blocks it. So this is to the right, and then this is to the left. So I don't know, it's kind of interesting, but it does have full steering. The interior steering does work with it. So you do have full opening parts. Very nice to see here. And let's start with the engine bay, because this is where you're getting your money's worth for sure. You see we have that big supercharger in there, the 5.8 liter, putting out 662 horsepower, which is just insane. 200 plus miles an hour. Crazy, crazy for a Mustang. And this, the detail on this is incredible. For under $50, you're getting great quality. I mean, it has depth to it. Not everything's connected to each other. You have, you know, wires and such, and everything's very nicely organized and put in here nicely. You have the warning labels too. You have your cold air intake right here, and then even on this blue piece, you see it says, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it does say powered by Ford on it. So this is where you're getting your money's worth right here. This is very nicely done. Incredible for under $50. And the trunk, not too much to see. Just a plastic piece that has depth to it. I'm not sure, you can't really see it too well, but yeah, it's there. Not too much to see in the trunk anyways. And then the interior, I feel, is where you're not really getting too much of your money's worth. It could be better in my opinion. And some, I believe on the real Shelby GT500, it does not say Mustang here. It should say powered by Ford, I believe. So that I feel is just kind of one silly mistake. And they put the horse logo in the middle of the steering wheel. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get that to focus for you, but they did. Yeah, you can't really see it well, but they put the horse logo in the steering wheel when it should be the snake. So that's kind of unfortunate. They didn't do that. The speedometer, not. Of course, they used really cheap stickers for this, and they just fell right off. Not too well, not too nicely done or put in there firmly. The seats do look pretty good. You have the Shelby logo right there in the center. And yeah, the seatbelt is not colored in, and I don't even see an actual thing for the seatbelt in this car. So that's kind of unfortunate. I know Maistos do that as well. Maistos put them in, but this one does not have the seatbelt. But it has the buckle in there, but it's not colored in. And then the doors too aren't the greatest. They're just a piece of black plastic and no depth to them. Not even, the handle isn't even colored in or anything. On the interior here, on this side, So you have the stick right there, looking good, and none of the buttons are unfortunately colored in on this model, so that's kind of unfortunate there. The vents are colored in, none of the buttons are colored in, which is unfortunate. Again, that mistake. Although what I feel is pretty good on the interior though is the floors. I don't know if you can kind of see it right here, not in the shade, but it's textured on the floor, which I feel is like an attempt for a carpet without actually putting in the felt, which I think they did a pretty decent job doing it. I think that's pretty cool how they made an attempt to do that. And this model does not have suspension at all. And underneath, too much to see. You got your exhaust, the transmission. Yeah, everything's colored in nicely. So that's going to wrap it up for this review on the Scale 118 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 made by Shelby Collectibles. Do I recommend this model? I say go for it. It's a pretty good value for the money, even though there are some flaws with it. But it's a very nicely built model, and I say go for it. It looks good when you're displaying it on the shelf, which most of us collectors do anyway. And you're getting most of your money's worth in here, which is just incredible detail under the hood there. So with that being said, I think that's going to wrap up this review. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.